Who do you call when you see a burning building? 911. Do you dial that same number when you see a pothole or a broken streetlight? Maybe, but you should be dialing 311 for non-emergency issues. But how effective is 311?
Open 311 is a movement to open up government data as APIs to developers and let developers innovate in providing access from citizens to the data that's running their government.
What business does the founder of Lean Startup have at this event?
Well, I'm a big fan of Twilio. They truly are a lean startup, and they have accomplished so much in such a small amount of time, taking the telephony platform and really making it open for other startups, for big companies, and especially for use in government and civic services. It's actually pretty exciting.
Are you writing about this event here?
I've actually written about the fact that we waste money on government like there's no tomorrow. I mean, the fact that you can build systems for hundreds of thousands of dollars, which they spend millions of dollars on. This initiative makes a lot of sense, that they're thinking the right way, that they're trying to change the paradigm. And if other localities followed this, you'd probably have billions of dollars being saved every year, or tens of billions of dollars being saved nationwide.
When governments develop software, they're doing it with taxpayer dollars. You have one federal government, you have 50 state governments, and then you have thousands and thousands of city governments. And you think about the waste of each of those jurisdictions doing the same thing over and over and over again. If there was ever a candidate for open source, it's for civic software. And I think in this way we can reduce the cost of government, because of course every city isn't going to have to do the same thing over and over again. We hope actually to spread the idea to states. The federal government is thinking about this. But it's not just open source, it's also open standards and open protocols.
What do you think is going to win in the end, mobile apps or the mobile web?
It's always tough to predict the future. Mobile apps, the kind of native apps that we see on the iPhone, are the first platform challenge to the web. I'm also on the board of a group called Code for America, a new nonprofit designed to actually, it's a little bit based on the idea of Teach for America, except instead of teachers going to cities, it's coders to build civic software that will be open source so that other cities can adopt it.
Code for America is a new program. It's sort of based on Teach for America. So we bring talented web designers and developers in to build web applications for city government. So think of things like Yelp or Facebook that are in the consumer market now. Can we use those kinds of dynamics and build them instead for city governments to help make cities more transparent, participatory, and efficient?
We're going to surface some of the issues like basics. We want technology to make it easier to get a pothole fixed or to get the garbage picked up, or maybe so that we don't have to stand in line to get a driver's license. In San Francisco and other cities, you can dial 311 and get that pothole fixed. You can whip out your smartphone when you see a problem, you take a picture, you do the GPS thing on it, you type in a few words of description, hit enter, it gets sent to the city and fixed. That makes our lives easier.
There is a new kid on the block, this mobile app ecosystem, and it's certainly true that Apple I don't think is particularly friendly to the web. They'd like to replace the web with a walled garden that they control. And any company that tries to exert too much control over the ecosystem starts to weaken that ecosystem. If Apple wins, for a while, freedom will break out somewhere else.
So we shouldn't shy away from this do no evil slogan.
I have to give the Google guys credit for extra effort around being idealistic and trying to do the right thing. I sometimes wish they were a little bit more frank about the fact that they have a lot of self-interest behind how they do certain things. But on the whole, I like their idealism. Altruism has gotten a bad name. It's like, some sort of luxury or bonus, but I think we're wired not only to be selfish, but we're also wired to help other people through evolution. And so you see a mixture of the two everywhere and in developer communities with open source.
Now that's an ambitious agenda. But what happens when innovation meets bureaucracy? I think we're about to find out. For VidSF, I'm Angel Manzo.